You sold millions of books. I mean, quite astonishing record with these books, as I said at the top of the show. You tell women that men want three things. They want support, loyalty, and sex. And you say the key thing for any woman is the 90-day sex ban.
Well, here's the deal.
Don't succumb for 90 days.
Here's the deal, Pierce. I worked a couple of jobs in my life, 11 of them to be exact, before I got into comedy. All of those jobs had a probationary period. Ford Motor Company, Lincoln Electric, General Electric. You had to stay on that job 90 days before this company gave you benefits. Before you got dental, health, anything. 90 days. Women who have one of the greatest benefits of them all. Everything that a man wants. If I tell you a man wants love, support, and sex, and you possess those three things, why would you give it to a man without knowing everything you could know about this guy? Why would you give him the benefits before 90 days, especially if you're looking for a long-term commitment? Now, look, if you're out at the clubs and you're just doing something for the weekend and you want to have a hot weekend with a guy, do your thing. But if you're looking for a long-term relationship, like most companies are looking for with people that they employ, they wait 90 days before they give them benefits.
And you say this is all very laudable, Steve, but I have a question for you. As a member of the male species, why the hell would you tell women what we really mean?
Because, see, I'm married.
What's in it for us?
There's nothing in it for you. You're not even going to buy the book. See, the 3 million people that have bought the book, 2,999,000 of them have been women. So I don't care what y'all think. See, y'all don't even read. And you know, women tell me all the time, Steve, you ought to write a book for men. Listen to me. Men don't read. When the last time, Pierce, you've been in a bubble bath with some candles lit?
Scented candles.
Yeah. And a book and a glass of wine.
Reading about love and relationships.
It's
never happened.
Never. It's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
No, if you do, that's not your man.
I love it. Steve Harvey, you are a genius.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 7, Follow the Leader. There are people out there that we give too much power to, and it needs to stop. These people are the relationship experts, the life coaches, advice experts. Not all of them, just a few of them. People like Steve Harvey, who has made these books, and he's giving out all this relationship advice, but yet he's had a couple of divorces. He hasn't had the greatest relationships. I'm not saying people can't change, but it seems to me that Steve Harvey using other people to make money. And I don't think he's actually concerned with helping other people, which is what majority of these people I'm talking about do. They're not really focused on helping anyone. They're just worried about helping themselves. They're the same life coaches that want to tell you how to become independent and have better money management skills, but then they turn around and tell you to buy one of their products that's clearly overpriced. Or they'll get together with their students and ask their students to borrow money to pay for the life coach's dinner. Or the life coach will tell them to borrow money to buy one of their products, which is actually setting the person back, digging them into a deeper hole of dependency than actually helping them get out of the rut. And they're just pretty much in it for the money. And if you look closely, if you really look closely at what some of these people are doing, it's evident. It's just that the people that are following them, they only see what's on the surface, and they're not really reading into what some of these people are saying or even doing. Some of the relationship experts, how can you tell me about a relationship if you've never had a successful one? Or if you have a track record of having a whole bunch of bad relationships that have ended, or you're single? That's like taking financial advice from a homeless person. They might have been, a financial expert before they became homeless, but it wouldn't be in your best interest to take advice from them, would it? It doesn't make any sense to me, because these are the same people saying that they're trying to uplift their community and help out, but in the same breath, they're saying that they're not going to give any of their services away for free, because this is what they do. If you're not willing to do anything for free, I understand you have to make money, but if you're really passionate about something, you should be willing to, especially if you're saying that you want to help somebody, you should be willing to do that service for free every once in a while, to be able to give something back to your community. These people won't do anything for free, but at the same time, they're always saying how their students or some of their followers are always helping them out or giving them free gifts, which they take, which they enjoy, which they show off. Sometimes they don't even give credit to the person who gave it to them, but they'll take it. These people, when you really break it down and you really get down to it, something that I'm seeing in a lot of these, that I saw in a lot of these people, is that they're just in it for themselves. They're really in it just for the fame, the recognition, the money. In some cases, they're in it to, get women if they're giving relationship advice, or there's just some self-centeredness in what they're doing, and they're not really worried about anybody else but themselves. At the beginning of the show, there was a clip from Steve Harvey, and he was talking about the 90-day rule, how you should wait 90 days before sleeping with someone. But if you're not really into that, you can just go to the club and have a one-night stand. Now, you just contradicted yourself right there. If you're saying you should value yourself, but at the same time, if you want to go and have a fling, you should do that. That's two completely opposite things, and the 90-day rule is stupid in itself, because how can you put a time limit on sleeping with somebody? Because just because you've been around somebody 90 days doesn't mean that you know them. And that brings up another thing that annoys me. Why are you trying to make women, specifically in this case, feel that they're giving out more than they're receiving? When you sleep with somebody, it's a mutual thing. I'm giving you something and you're giving me something. What you're giving me is not more important than what I'm giving. And I think I see that a lot. A lot of relationship experts they really solely focus on women, and they just build them up and make them feel better just to exploit them, just to get them to buy their products or to follow them or listen to what they have to say. People will eventually catch on to what you're doing. They're always saying how they're educating and uplifting other people, but 9 times out of 10, the only books or materials they'll tell you to invest in is their own. I've rarely ever seen somebody that is a coach of any sort that really goes out of their way and say, hey, I read something last week that pertains to what I'm talking about. You should go and read this book, or you should go and invest in this product without it benefiting them in any way. They're rehashing a lot of the stuff that we already know. Growing up, you always hear your parents tell you certain things, but you don't really listen because those are your parents or your family members will tell you something. But why is it when somebody else that's quote-unquote an expert tells you something very similar to what you've heard before, it becomes concrete for you, and the right decisions for you to make? Why do you need somebody else to tell you to do it? And now for the Thinking Out Loud segment of the show. Something I think we don't think about as much as we really should is, whenever you do something for somebody without you expecting them to pay you or to repay you in a sense, it always is going to come back to you, not necessarily from that person, but you always will get something in return. Because whenever you do something for someone, say it's something out of your comfort zone or something that you haven't done before, you'll gain that experience and it will be something new for you that you can reference later on in your life. I think if more people focus on helping others and not necessarily putting others before them, but just being more considerate of other people's needs, a lot of people would be in a better place, honestly. You'd feel a little bit better that you helped somebody out. And that's the show for this week. Please feel free to contact us on our website at tolpodcast.com, at our email address, tolpodcast@yahoo.com, or you can call us at 561-463-2691. Leave us feedback or a comment. Thank you, and I will be back next week.